All right, looks like we are live. Welcome to another biweekly Autonomous Developer Sync. We will be going over the happenings in the project from a developer standpoint, things that we've accomplished and things we will be working on. So to start off, you'll notice a new face to the dev sync, but not a new face to the project. Tior has actually been with us for over a year now, but has been hiding in the Australian time zone, which it was such a global team. As I said, a time zone ends up getting sacrificed in order to make collective calls work. Australia being out there kind of on its own has been sacrificed, but Tior is not in Australia this week, for some amount of time going forward. So we'll be joining us until go back to Australia. Tior, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tior. It would normally be, I think, midnight at this time for me. So if my eyes glaze over a bit, I'm still a little bit jet lagged. Yeah. So I've been working mainly on the backend node for the last year or so, and before that, I was working for Zcash and for the Tor project. So yeah, thank you very much for joining the stream.
So anybody who follows our repo has seen Tior a lot. So Tior has been very active in moving the project forward on the back end. So I'm glad to have you on the call today. Okay, a couple of things just to get out of the way. Of course, every call we've had the win token. We have a token. I don't think we need to talk too much more about that anymore and just focus on technical stuff. I think you may have something on this, Jim, but yep, token is live. So that's great. And now this call can stay focused on the technicals. So on the technical side, we did get Chronos launched. It did take us a couple of attempts, but it is up and going. And so we will soon, yeah, I guess we'll be talking about that throughout this call. So I won't go into details with it, but it is up and going. So Jim, you want to start us off with from the community side?
Yeah, thanks very much, Jeremy. Yeah, okay, so hot topics very quickly. So no problems being reported on running any nodes on mainnet, which is kind of the standard. If you are having a problem, please do reach out, let us know on the forum or Discord or Telegram, whichever platform you prefer. We do have some interest, of course, in when permissionless operators are going to be coming online. So obviously we have 4 operators now running on mainnet, and it is a permissioned set of operators. The short answer is after Game of Domains. So we still have a bunch of things to test before we're ready to allow anyone to register an operator. So yeah, keep an eye on the progress of Game of Domains for the answer there. Yeah, big news items, as Jeremy said. The Subspace Foundation led the exchange listings, which was quite a monumental task, actually. It was listed on AI3 is now listed on 5 centralized exchanges, and you can stay tuned for updates on decentralized exchanges. I know we've had some questions from the community about when that's coming online. Please stay tuned for announcements there. In addition, Dawn of Autonomy. So we also ran some campaigns, some community campaigns around exchange listings. Both campaigns are now closed, and I want to thank everyone who participated. We've got lots of entries, which means that Spark and Seed actually is going to take a little while to verify all the entries. That's going to be looked at in the coming weeks. We'll try and keep people updated on progress there. Node Atlas Challenge, not as many entries, and we are aiming to have that judged by the end of this week. So yeah, again, keep an eye on announcements in Discord is probably where we're going to give you updates first there. Moving on to Chronos. Okay, so we are aware there's a that the current Chronos build that we have, the Windows binaries didn't build due to a signing issue. We are looking into that. It is possible to use, there's a snapshot build. I think from the Kronos tag actually. If you can't find it, it's been shared in Discord in the Kronos testnet channel. If you can't find it, feel free to tag me and I will point you to the right place. Yeah, and you know, as ever, bring us any questions that you've or any issues that you find. If you're spinning up a Kronos node, we can see that that space is growing quite aggressively on there. There is quite a lengthy forum post that we put out last week. It covers a lot of the technical details, not just about Kronos, but about auto EVM on Kronos, which we managed to get out at the same time, which was really great. And it also covers the retirement of Taurus and Astral as well. So in case this is the first time you're hearing about that, be aware that both Taurus testnet and Astral are both being retired. There is a banner up on Astral at the moment. We will be updating documentation over the next week or two. So that's going to cover the node running docs to pick up the Kronos chain, and also developer docs, where we talk a lot about auto EVM on Taurus and mainnet. We're going to need to update those to Kronos and mainnet. In the meantime, if you find that you can't, if you're not, if you're unable to follow those docs because Taurus is down, please do ping us, and it will help us identify which areas need to be looked at first. Speaking of developers as well, of course, because we have Kronos up and we have Auto EVM on Kronos, we will be building out, or well, we'll be migrating actually the ecosystem tooling over to Kronos. So that's things like subgraphs, Safe, Rapt AI 3, Bridge, all those great things that we had on Taurus. They're all going to be moved over to Kronos. So bear with us. I will try and keep everyone updated again in on the forum and in Discord on how we're getting on with those. I think that's everything from me today, Jeremy. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jim. Let's move on to protocol. Ved, you want to get us started?
Yeah. Hey, hi everyone. So yeah, again, we are working on a few performance improvements, but to start off with that, we recently made a fix on the EVM side, especially the EIP 1559 transactions, where the extra pay tip that was given through EIP 1599 is not actually being given to operators so far. But we fixed that, and the fix was already included in Kronos, and so Kronos should not have been affected as well. And the fix is already in for mainnet as well. We are currently getting it audited. As usually, we have a rolling audit for every PR that we push, and we'll keep you posted on that. And just coming back to what Jim mentioned about using the Windows binary for the Kronos branch, also note that it's a debug build, so it does contain extra set of logs that you might see when you're running it. So expect a few more logs than usual in there if you're planning on using that build itself. But again, like, reach out to us if you see something off. We'd be happy to have a look at it as well.
Fior, you've been hard at work on kind of a new suite of tools we're building out to monitor chain activity and such. You want to kind of give some background on that?
Yeah, so one of the things that came up during our recent testing and launch was sometimes things will happen on the testnet or the mainnet, and we'll only discover that something's gone wrong when somebody reports it. So what Carlos and I have been working on is monitoring for some basic events, like a block doesn't arrive for a minute or so, there's a fork in the chain, there's a large transfer, those kinds of things. And so I've been building that out, and that's under the Autonomys orgs called Subspace Chain Alerts. And anybody can have a look at the kinds of things that we're working on at the moment. Also happy to answer any questions about that.
All right. I think that's going to be, it's obviously a key piece of infrastructure is to always have good monitoring and such. So it's good to be expanding that more broadly so we can catch things early. Carlos, AutoDrive. You weren't on the last call, but give kind of a preview, just a quick verbal preview that there was some reskinning that had happened and there were some changes to the way the file explorer works. Do you want to kind of go a little deeper into what that has been?
Yeah, I'll summarize for that. Window. So the main changes that we've done, it's already like, are you seeing my screen? Any sense?
Not seeing this. There we go. There we go.
Okay. So we have done mainly two updates to Autodrive front. The first of it has been the actual reskin and basically creating a nicer UI UX experience. Basically updating components and the theme and that stuff. And then also we have updated how the front end is structured. Now we have two different front ends indeed. The first is like the landing page, and then you have the actual Explorer. Another feature that we've incorporated with this change is basically enabling people without authenticating to access the file explorer. Kind of what we had for the permanent storage section inside that Astral. Our intention was to have a similar experience in here. So, for example, imagine that I land into the landing, and if you hit the export button, you will enter the Autodrive dashboard or application, and in here you can see all the recent uploaded files, and you could navigate through it. Then whenever you want to upload some files or do some authenticated stuff, you could hit the login button. You could log in, and now basically all the rest of the UI could be unlocked, and you could be able to basically check all the sections. And yeah, that was a small demo of what we've done. And in other sort of things that we've been working around Autodrive, we have now exposed a new API in the object mapping indexer that basically enables the users to check all the IPLD nodes that has been published on-chain and its on-chain metadata. This was a requirement from some of our partners, and it's already live on mainnet and Taurus.
Amazing. I really like the reskinned UI with how that looks, and being able to get to the file explorer without login, I think is a key upgrade as well, especially with the deprecation of Astral coming. So thanks, Carlos. All right, for auto staking. So I think probably most of you know that this is now live. I would still consider it beta software, but it is live, and I know lots of people are using it successfully. Here, let me just kind of I can share the screen actually here to give a view of what it looks like now. So you can see we've now got over 12 million AI3 staked, which is great. You can see there is some things that have been added since the last demo. Estimated APY. This is really an APY looking back, so it's not predictive in any way, but it is showing what has been earned over different timeframes. So the current APY has been is pretty strong. That is to my second point around staking, is that we have implemented Guardians of Growth, is I think it was the operator and incentive staking program, where we are essentially giving rewards to operators periodically to enhance the staking yield and incentivize people to stake currently. So let me go back to the other big news around staking is we added a couple of operators in the last week, trying to diversify kind of any risk there to one operator failure. So they are now not only diversified by machine, but by provider as well. So adding some resilience to the network. Increased resilience would come as more stake as a kind of even out. Right now, the stake is still pretty heavily skewed to operators 0 and 1, but operators 3 and 4 having about 1/5 the amount of stake as the others have. So would be great to see some new stake being allocated to the new operators. Finally, Astral is being deprecated. Likely you will see it be removed, the UI be removed in the next 1 to 2 weeks. We have there has been some concerns around what it means when Astral goes away for some of the data that is behind Astral. I want you to know that all of the data that is behind Astral is being preserved. So things like the indexers for that are going to be required for measuring crossing the narrow sea, the XDM contest we did, that has been preserved. We will preserve RPCs so data can be recreated. So the data is going nowhere. It's just the UI that will be gone. Speaking of crossing the narrow sea, we have begun compiling that data and measuring, to be able to put out the results from that. Hoping to get that within the next couple of weeks for everybody to see publicly. So keep posted on that. Hopefully, I'll have more to report on our next call. And I think I've made it through all of our agenda for today.
There was one thing that I wanted to jump in with, Jeremy. I missed it from my section. Obviously, we also launched the Guardians of Growth initiative, which is a boosted staking program. So if you are interested in exercising that new staking interface and staking your tokens to one of the 4 now operators that are a part of it, check the description below, because as soon as this video finishes, I'm going to update the description. If you can't wait, it's on the forum. It's in the announcements channel. I think it might even be the top one in the announcements channel. No, sorry, it's the 3rd one down. Boosting early staking, the Guardians of Growth initiative, which the Subspace Foundation have allocated 5 million AI3 to boosting rewards while the network bootstraps. So apologies, I missed that earlier, Jeremy. I should have been front and center.
No problem. So, all right. I guess I'm looking through the comments right now. Is there any questions we need to address? Somebody has a lot of questions, but then didn't ask any. I do see the projected agenda. You were pretty close. Good job,
Yeah.
regular viewer. Obviously very involved in the network and knows what we are working on. So I'll let you take the next question, Jim, because it's your area.
Yeah, well, I can see that actually one of the names I recognise is Penguin, one of our ambassadors, and I know that he's very interested in your comments about storing the data from Taurus. It's not going anywhere, so I'm imagining that he's breathing a sigh of relief. Trung Manicked, when will we be free to openly discuss AI3? So I think what you're talking about is discussing price. So yeah, we've made the decision we won't be discussing price in our official channels. We don't have a plan to change that at the moment. So I'm afraid you're going to have to find alternative venues. My understanding is that there are community run channels where you can discuss price action.
And I see some user feedback here for auto drive, Carlos, that we need a native dark mode theme. So is that on the roadmap?
Yeah, was on my backlog. We'll be working on that.
All right. You want to do the outro, Jim?
I can do the outro. Yeah, so as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss one of our dev syncs. Comment down below and let us know what you think on today's topics. Maybe pleasers who had lots of questions but didn't ask them, you can ask them in the comments, or better still, come into Discord, which is where we do most of our where we hold most of our conversation. And of course, keep building with Autonomous. Thanks, everyone.